drinking bourbon, sipping on some scotch. We get a little wild, but it's sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy.
No, Mercedes, just don't call me late for supper.
No, but we're going to be down here a couple more times, and I've not been to the distillery. I've been trying to get there, but you know how it is with
It's hard to get in, too.
Well, no, it's just every single time I'm down here, like 50 different places, but then it's the people I know. So now I know you. And so we'll be, yes, we will come down, and we'd love to do podcasts like this right
now. We have.
Just so you know, when we saw Peerless, we wanted to get somebody from Peerless. I realized Peerless, like, she's got to be
somebody. Like, that's my friend.
That's exactly
Me and Bill met yesterday singing together.
No, I know.
She was singing House of the Rising Sun, and I said,
yeah, that's right. She was doing high harmony on House of the Rising Sun, making me sound good.
So
it was fun.
Already named on
Alayna. Watch my mouth. Watch my mouth when I talk. Alayna Whelan.
Now Whelan Jennings. So right there.
Don't say Alayna Whelan Jennings.
No, but Alayna Whelan.
Looking me up on Instagram right after that.
But at the same time, I really suck at names. Until people are completely in yeah, exactly. I mean,
a whiskey there too.
Well, and now 5-6 years of continuous whiskey, that starts to work out.
Well, how many people you meet in the industry?
Well, yeah, definitely.
Immeasurable.
And when it comes to names, I have no confidence. So even though I might know somebody's name, and Alayna Whelan, I'll be like, I'm gonna fuck it up. That's what. So everybody knows. Everybody knows on the podcast that I fuck things up. Wait, I gotta say
the greatest thing is when one of us.
Are you recording?
What's on one of the whiskey bottles? You know, we're small and start popping. We're aging, and so you got to throw on the glasses, and in the lighting in tiny speakeasy, that doesn't help much. And we're like, and this whiskey was first brewed or distilled in the. You know, it's like, God.
Wait to get you those readers with the tiny,
the telescopic lens. Yeah.
Well, the little like headlights.
Exactly. That's pretty much what we need. Yeah.
It looks cool too.
Yeah, it does. It gives us almost roughness. It's like steampunk.
Exactly. I immediately got distracted. I heard my dad's voice over there.
Oh, your father? Dad's here? Your father?
So I invited my whole family, my mom, my dad, my brother.
To your mother and father.
That can definitely happen.
I want to meet the people that produce this dynamic.
They're a mess, so it'll be fun.
Well, we're messes,
so it'll be a fun time.
I'll be right at home.
All right, hold on.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so tell me what happens.
All right, everything's working. Now I have to put the right sponsor on the
the right sponsor.
No, you're actually at this point with how much it picks up all that outside
Y'all are getting prompt with questions, right?
Yeah,
I've got nothing going on up here.
We don't need it to be an amateur.
I like it.
What's going on?
Did I see that?
What's special?
Yes, I did. I got one yesterday. I set it here because I don't want it squishy in my pocket. It's got to go to my notebook where I have more room. Exactly. We don't need to get in the sweats.
There you go. Exactly.
Our team for the barbecue yesterday was the meat sweats. We don't need the other meat sweats. Not today.
That was you guys. What? You guys got third?
Six.
Yeah, that's
it was still in place.
I work with all guys. So it's pretty natural.
Well, I still we get
I'm with it. I'll toss right back.
all you got to take that and just backhand and knock it off the chair.
It's the chair.
That's all you got to do. Yeah.
Just reaches over, down, going down.
Exactly.
I love this. Is one of my favorite festivals. Though. This has been the variety of people here is really cool. Oh, isn't it?
I agree. Hello.
Yeah, it's all going.
Okay, so we're ready.
So I'm going to dump the thing that I dumped in, and then the whole thing collapsed. All right, we've been recording the whole time, so
I'm bad.
That was good.
That's okay.
I'll definitely make you look good.
We'll be editing. Don't worry.
We'll be talking about your mom and dad for.
Yeah. The meat sweats joke. I'm really happy that one's recorded.
Aren't you glad you decided to join?
This was a great decision. I actually had to call our marketing director and was like, "Are you okay with me being this representative?" Because I never get to do this stuff. And he was like, "Okay."
Okay.
I was like, "Okay, so it's all good."
You might want to.
All right.
He might
So-
regret. This might be my first and last.
There you go.
No, I doubt it. I doubt that. There's no way. It's going to be your first, and we're going to be famous for it.
It'll be on the internet forever.
Boom.
Yes, attorney. Yes, savior.
All right, we're going to start recording, and you're going to do the introduction. Okay, there we go. And introduce me this time, because last time I was just a little tiny, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were just kind of
He's
long.
just
You were
like,
also ran.
he's like,
They left him.
I was
dry.
so enthralled by our
Left
other
him
guests. I
dry.
forgot about your greatness. I'm so used to it.
I'm okay. Here we go. We're about to record, and all microphones are working. Start. Wait, hold on. That one's not working.
Dant Crossing, Gethsemane, Kentucky. Timeless hospitality that stirs the spirit. Dant Crossing is a one-of-a-kind destination for unforgettable weddings, memorable corporate events, day trips, and weekend getaways. The pastoral campus is anchored by Logstill Distillery and includes an amphitheater that seats 2,000, a 12-acre lake for fishing and unique lodging options, creating an immersive experience that's rooted in the community and culture of our little slice of Kentucky. More attractions will open soon at Dant Crossing, including our 21,000 square foot distillery, which we will have the ability to produce 15,000 barrels of spirit each year, a network of wooded walking trails, fully functional private train depot, farm-to-table restaurant, and the Legacy, a premier wedding and events venue. Whether you're looking to host an event, book a stay, or reserve a tasting, we're ready to welcome you. Learn more at dantcrossing.com.
Spirits of French Lick is proud to introduce the Matty Gladden Bottled and Bond Bourbon. This 4-year aged bourbon is double pot distilled and non-chill filtered, and has a full-bodied mouthfeel with eucalyptus, molasses, clove, ginger, and slight citrus, as well as grains of paradise. The finish is long and reappearing on the back of the tongue with notes of pepper, tobacco leaf, and mint green. All of our spirits are available for tasting and purchase inside the French Lick Winery and Distillery. Spirits of French Lick. Respect the grain, please enjoy responsibly, and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you we must die.
All right, welcome to another exciting podcast of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Woo! We have a very special guest, and Xavier's going to do the introduction.
We're going to try real hard not to mess up. Thank you for the pressure.
You're not going to mess up.
Along with our esteemed host Tiny, and Roxy, who is the steam engine behind all this, and myself, Xavier. I'm just sort of on the ride. We have Ms. Alayna Whelan, production specialist of Peerless Distillery, and she's graciously accepted a spur of the moment invitation to podcast with us. Welcome, Alayna. So glad to have you here.
Yeah, welcome.
It's awesome, and this is our we've been doing this, but this is our first Peerless podcast.
It is.
And honestly, it's too long in coming.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, we've had Peerless in our house, and I think I said this to you. When it gets in our house, it doesn't stay for very long.
Hey, that's a good problem.
We have an inventory limits control problem. My wife and I our fingers at each other. You took extra. No, you took extra. No, I didn't do it. Yeah, it must have evaporated some.
Well, Peerless doesn't get to Ohio as much as, but once again, how this all works is some brands go this way, some brands go that way, so that everybody gets something, but all the states do. But you guys are growing. Now, I will have to say that your double barrel last year made our final.
It did.
Our finalists in our bourbon of the year.
It did.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
it
got
did.
into the final aspect of bourbon.
Was it the double-barreled small batch or one of the single barrels?
I think it was a double-barreled small
Small
batch.
batch.
Because we looked that up, and you know.
It's one of my
and
favorite things we started doing.
now, when at Kentucky Bourbon Festival last year, I talked to he was a distiller there, but I don't believe it was Caleb. You have other distillers.
So it may have been Nick or Tommy, but we also have John Wadle, who doubles as our single barrel curator, and sometimes you'll see him in there at 6 a.m. doing
Okay, the
this
guy
stuff.
looked like the guy from Jim from The Office. Who kind of
So
had.
that was Nick Clee.
There you go. I knew you would know. Nick was there.
One of my favorite people. He is the dad of the group. He is our morning distiller, so he's in there 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day, making sure that place is up and running.
And that explains why he was doing the nighttime shift at
The festival.
It was actually at the Bourbon in the Air. That, you know, and I talked to him, and he invited us to come down. We were podcasting and everything, but once again, I have to get down, and we have to get down to you guys.
It's a pretty small facility, so one of my favorite things is when you make it down, I almost said it.
Thank you.
When you make it down, you get to go through the entire facility, and it only takes about 45 minutes to an hour. We are doing everything from milling our grains, cooking, fermenting, distillation, aging, and bottling in-house.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Vertically integrated. I love that.
Literally.
So tell everybody, I know you told me, but tell everybody what it is you do, or from what you were telling me, maybe it's easier to say what you don't do.
But don't do
Yeah.
Peerless. So I've been with Peerless for 7 years. I was lucky enough to be the 10th employee there, and of course they've kept me around because it's like a family. It really is. Corky's like our grandpa. I'm going to a pool party with his family next weekend. That's how you get to become one of the favorites.
Yeah.
But at Peerless, I actually started out there as a tour guide. And I kind of weaseled my way into the bottling room, and then I became a bottling room operator. From there, I became a brick house lead, where I'm organizing prep, fill, and fix and roll in barrels. Sometimes you'll catch me in the afternoon doing the afternoon cooks, so milling the grains, watching fermentation. And I am getting very, very, very first started in training whiskey.
Awesome.
So I'm not
Fantastic.
too far into it, but I'm lucky enough I can shut it down by myself.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's
That's
a matter
great.
of time.
So what did you bring us?
So
Yeah, you brought
today-
some little sniff or something.
Yes, we are trying some of our small batch bourbon. Something that's really unique about our small batches that we're making at the distillery is rather than taking a lot of barrels, mingling them together, and then watering them down to get kind of a uniform flavor and proof, we're actually adding all of our water to our product before barreling. So it's coming off the still at about 125. We're lowering the proof down to 107, so all of the water going in is going to age. It's going to get that caramel, vanilla, and sugar.
And, you know, it's funny, that's what I am.
Oh, yeah, that's what you smell on it, yeah.
Vanilla, my goodness, it's so strong.
Very, very nice
Water
nose.
being a softer product actually helps break down the sugars in that way. So I do believe it's actually helping us get more of the flavor, but additionally to that, when we empty that barrel, we are tasting every single barrel as it comes out. It's my favorite day of the week. We taste every single barrel. That way we can hand select what's going into our small batch and what we're going to set aside for single barrels. If it's not ready, we're shelving it, baby.
So my question is, how long have you been part of that sampling?
So I really just get to pop in from time to time. I'm
very
not one of
good.
the official samplers. That doesn't stop me from going in that lab and checking them out. as
Got
well.
it. Now, do you happen to know, and are you allowed to divulge what the mash bill is?
I know it's crazy, but we are one of the only distilleries that keeps our mash bill secret.
Okay.
That's fine.
I know.
Yeah.
Rye corn and barley, that's basics. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I love knowing mash bills, and that's really good for like podcasting because people want to know mash bills. And transparent, they talk about transparency, but with that said, it still only matters what you're drinking. If you like what you're drinking,
It's true.
really, seriously, who the fuck cares? I mean, seriously.
Well,
It's being
If it's good. Now, if it's shit, maybe you want to know.
Yeah,
Maybe I want to know what the hell you put in that.
Yeah,
Yeah, what did you do to make that?
Yeah, exactly. But no, one of the things that we have found is an eye-opener to all of us. We're not distillers, although Jeff has had a little more education on that than we have. Tiny hasn't. But the thing that amazes me is, even if you know the mash bill, that means nothing because it depends on what the malted barley that you use can give it. You can take a wheated bourbon and use the right malted barley, and you'll swear up and down it's a rye bourbon. And it can really influence the flavor that much. We found that out with several distilleries, and I've got all the money in my wallet that it was a rye bourbon and it was wheated, but it was their choice of barley and how they.
You get a lot of flavor from your barley, and that is a big
Yep.
factor. And the percentage of barley in there, that's going to affect your mouthfeel as well as your flavor.
But I can tell this to me is a high rye product here.
There's a little lot there. We are a fairly high rye bourbon. We are actually getting ready to come out with a special batch of specifically high rye bourbon. So I'm excited for that to finish aging so we can give it a taste.
I can tell you that if Mrs. Xavier was here, she'd be all over this. This is
Yeah, and I was going to say, you will like this because the nose matches the taste,
Yes.
matches the finish. You get that lovely warm.
Thank you very much. You just said exactly what I said. I'm not an educated, highly precise palate person. I am a hand-to-mouth bourbon where I think. And I think and what she just said, it's the nose and the taste and the finish. It all needs to match, or else you're hiding something or mailing something in.
Or something is something.
And this is beautiful.
Just so you know, he's full of shit. We've been tasting now. He's been a part of the Bible over a year, like straightforward, and he's like doing
trained
two
at
a
this
day,
point.
2 a day. Yeah, he says he's not, but it's
Well,
like,
it's
you can
becoming a
tell.
little more sophisticated, but I still hold
He
to that
likes-
standard.
no.
You can't make it taste like it smells. You made it wrong.
No,
In my
but
opinion,
wait.
in my
But that's
little
when you give it
corner of the world.
100%. Like we're rating, and if it matches whatever, it's 100. But now, if there's a really good bourbon that doesn't, it's like. So we do
kind of
barrel
surprising.
batching, then all of a sudden it could be, instead of 18 out of 18, it's 17 out of 18. So he's evolved a little bit. And he's a whiskey lover.
Hey, I'm a whiskey lover. I'm a bourbon lover. When we met, you were exclusive. Well, I shouldn't say exclusive. We drank some bourbon, but you were mainly a Scotch drinker. And I was mainly
No, a rum drinker.
and
He was a rum drinker.
And then,
We came from Wisconsin where you could go to the grocery store and get whatever you want. We come to Ohio and you gotta go to a special store.
Where to get
Yeah,
rum?
you just bought a can
Yeah, what kind of
Yeah,
crap
we're like,
is
what
that?
the hell's
Yeah.
going on? A special state store. And then we would go back for like the first 5 years. I would just buy all my whiskey
huge
and
case,
bourbon and
yeah.
everything in
but
Wisconsin.
what would I do when you guys would come over? We would grill out, and then I'd get a bottle of
Evan Williams.
Evan Williams,
Black
yeah.
Evan Williams,
Jim
sit on the
Beam.
table for Jim
Jim
Beam,
Beam.
and sit it on there, and we'd have the ice bucket,
Yes.
and we'd sit there and drink.
Were those the favorite at the time?
Those were they're still the go-to favorite.
Yes.
But we're like
And all I
but
drank
just
was
remember, our brain
amaretto.
is opened up to many different.
Okay, so he's
expressions
serving
from
up
many different
he's serving up
companies.
bourbon and I like it, but we went through an absence stage. So we were like drinking we were like getting a shit.
We were chasing the green
France.
fairy.
Yes, and we went to New Orleans and we were
The
we were
real
just,
stuff,
like,
yeah.
until I ended up in the hospital, and so then I started.
Okay, wait a minute. That's a hell of a jump there.
We need to go to that.
He didn't end up in the hospital.
Gallbladder attack.
gallbladder didn't
But
like absinthe.
but you know, absinthe is like insane proof, like even more than barrel proof. I mean, you're talking 150. We had 174 proofs, and it was delicious. I love licorice, but then I started. I came back. I was doing this, and I started getting into a calendar. It was a calendar for 50% off at BAM. Okay, I went to get, and it was a daily whiskey calendar, and it covered all Scotch and whatever, Michael Beach. Everybody was, and then it's like my coworker at the time was a young kid, could have been my son, but that's his age, and he basically, we couldn't believe that
I didn't do it.
They were saying, "Hey, it tastes like caramel. It tastes like creme brulee." I'm like,
What?
and we're both
Bourbon can't taste
after
like creme
6
brulee.
months, we're like, they're full of shit.
But then once you get into
Then you start to
Oh, yeah.
do it, and so then all of a sudden, out of nowhere in September, they're like, Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and so that was in
was
2000.
that your jump? That was where you like really like
2019,
That's when I
yeah.
learned about
2019.
it. So I spent a year saving up all my money to come to 2019 Kentucky Bourbon Festival, but in like October, November of 2018, I started to try and convince the bourbon drinker to go. And he's like, my wife will never go. So then I'm like,
what we had to do with my wife, what I had to do with my wife was, I said, we're going to Kentucky.
And it was
She
my
loves
idea.
horses. It was totally different.
you tricked her with the
totally
horses.
yes, I said,
Yep.
can I tell him if you're going to ride a horse?
No, actually, that was my idea. Because I told Jeff, I'm
She
like,
knows.
tell her that we can go down there and horseback ride.
Well, actually,
And then-
it was.
It was.
But then I told you, we did a chain thing, and then you convinced her.
Yeah.
And then we came here in 2019.
And did I show you that picture of my wife with the bourbon in her hand?
You did not.
Okay, let me find that. We can
I'll
keep
picture
talking.
her just with the bourbon.
But in 2019 we came to Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and it was just, we were all hooked. And it was my 55th birthday.
So I got it on.
And I misbehaved.
Oh my God. Okay,
No, we don't want to get too much into detail.
Okay.
I
Well,
misbehaved.
let's just say, even those of us that behaved had to clean our boots off the next day.
And then there were some glasses that got used and everything. But anyways, but so I came back from that experience after I did the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, and we started the podcast. And
That was it. It got you hooked.
and then we met so many
That
different
calendar.
people.
So did Michael Beach make that calendar? That you
Well,
talked
he was
about?
part of it, yeah. And then
He
he
is one of the most knowledgeable men in
He's
this
awesome.
industry. I love Michael.
And you know-
that is one of the kindest, smartest guys
What
I've
about
ever met.
and Fred?
Well, for a minute,
No, Fred before. No, I'm just gonna say Fred before was I watched him, but I heard a lot of whatever. But since COVID, I mean,
you need
he
him
has
too.
just basically completely solidified such good stuff. I'm hoping to get him on the
He has
podcast,
a good
Fred.
standard.
Yes, he is.
He's both of them. I love Fred Minnick. I love Michael Beach. Me and Fred Minnick bonded because his son loves dinosaurs, and my brother-in-law is a archaeologist. I know. So
That's awesome.
That's how me and Fred Minnick became friends. But they are so kind and so gracious in the industry to come out, and any advice that they have for new and upcoming distilleries, they're willing to do that. They're willing to help in any way they can.
Yes,
because
they are.
They truly believe in it.
I mean, some of the stuff that Beach has been doing with his barrels and it's aside, and then some of the stuff that he put in barrels and it's out and it's like it's selling at an auction for all this money, and he's like, dude, I'm drinking the whiskey. I don't care if it's selling for $14,000-$15,000. I'm drinking it.
Yep, exactly.
And you're supposed to. He has the
Yeah, so
right
what good is it to put
Yeah, that's
it
a
out
good
there?
segue. So have her tell us a little bit about exciting things coming up with Peerless. Yeah, or what? Anything?
So, with Peerless, being such a small company, it is really, really nice. We only have 22 employees. So it's fun
That's
because
amazing.
you get to run around, you do a little bit of everything. But it also allows us for room to take a couple extra additional steps to make our product special. You know, we're talking about the warmth on the tongue there. One of my favorite things is we double distill our product. By doing that, when we're cooking in the column still, we're cooking it at a super high temperature. That way, have you all heard of Heads, Hearts, and Tails?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
It's true. And that is the most common practice for people to use is speak of it through heads, hearts, and tails. Because your heads are your really sharp alcohols. That's usually
Sharp
what
and
hits your
really fatal out.
Acetol, ethanol, yes.
But I love it. What we're doing in the column still is we're cooking it at a super high temperature. That way, all of those heads that are going to cause that strong astringency, we're burning them right out.
You're burning them.
I always say that the birds in Louisville are the happiest birds. We're making sure they're taken care of. But additionally to the tails, we're actually double distilling. So we're using our column still, and then we're sending it to a pot still. Of course, we're quality checking between.
And so you're sending from a column to a pot as your doubler.
As our doubler, exactly. And it's a little bitty guy. But what we're doing there is we're cooking it at a lower temperature. By doing that, all of your heavier alcohols that are more oily, that's what causes that burn going down your chest and in your belly, we can leave them in there.
Yeah.
We're vaporizing our words from there, condensing them down, and that's our finished product.
So how are you getting so is that oiling stuff, is that your head as part of it? Or?
So those are your tails.
It's the tails.
So how are you getting off?
She burns them.
She burns them off.
You bring out
In the column.
Yeah, but then once they go for that second pot still, if there's any of it left, they'll take it. They'll know that head's there. They'll cut that off. They'll go to their cars, and so once again they control the flavor. They can leave what they
I'm not worried
want.
about flavor. I'm worried about diet.
Wait, no, there's no distiller today.
No, I know
here
that,
that's
but
going to
like
kill
I
us.
like to hear the process of doing it.
One of the most automated stills in the nation. We can run everything from a control valve to steam through the computer
So
system.
you're right there with Bardstown Brewing Company. They do the same
that's
thing.
great.
Yes. Where you can like take it down to science and percentage points and
That you guys do that. I mean, it would only make sense that your biggest inventor, you are basically the quintessential process intensive industry. You guys next up oil refiners that make gasoline. So you would think that you would have what is your biggest investment and what is the biggest part of your production process would have the highest degree of technology and automation.
Well, we lucked out with Caleb too. Our master distiller is one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life.
And I want to meet him.
He is incredible.
You'll introduce me to him, right?
Absolutely. We're the same age, we're best buddies. We've been together there for 7 years.
Nice.
But Caleb is incredible. He is so involved, for one. He's there with us obviously every day. But he actually got brought on during the construction period. He helped lay out the design of the distillery. He got to help design our actual IT that goes along with it. And he is constantly tweaking stuff.
That's awesome.
About every 2 or 3 months, you'll see him in there, and he's like, "Man, we could do this for more efficiency, or we could do this to like improve the flavor." But having a young, excited, brilliant mind like that, you can't beat it.
We were just talking with Greg Schneider from Chicken Cock on the previous podcast. Exactly it. It's whiskey spans all ages and generations. There's different meanings for different levels of people. And then you get the older, they're sipping, it's relaxing. You get the regular, they're kind of partying, and then you get the younger generation, and they're really going at it. And they're not interested. They don't care. They're not interested in the taste. They're interested in what it does. In the middle, when you're in your that middle age, you like taste and you're interested in what it does, and then you're interested in sitting back by the fire having a cigar. But what's cool about it is there's younger people who will sit back and smoke cigars, and so it's all mixing right now.
I think it's really cool because we actually have a lot of 21-year-olds working in the distillery, and to see like how passionate that the younger generation is. I'm in my 30s now, though.
And we were just getting told that, and this is something we had not focused on, is part of the bourbon demand is the younger people. They're not drinking it in a mixed drink. They're drinking it straight. And what that does is you're getting far less servings out of a bottle. Hence they need more bottles. You know, it's just insane what it's doing. And I would like to say that one of our favorite activities with bourbon whiskey is to have it sit on the back porch when we're playing bluegrass music. You
What I
know?
was going to say is everybody getting stuck in their house for a year too. That sure made everybody drink
No,
Yes,
more
we
whiskey,
did.
didn't it?
We like it. We like to relax. That helps us play. And then when we give our audience whiskey, our playing gets better.
Right.
You know, I go from being dealing with things at Garth Brooks, you know,
Yeah.
get them liquored up enough.
You have a great voice. I got to hear Bill sing. I told y'all a little bit earlier.
I was only great because she did the high harmony and brought me into where I needed to be.
There you
That was
go.
awesome. We did House of the Rising Sun.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I know I can hear the guitar going right now. We'll have to get Kenny over
We're
here.
having-
Yeah, Kenny, he's coming over.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll have to do some long black veil.
Hey,
I mean,
when Luca Mariano's over here and Kenny's here, I'll tell him to bring it and then just bomb us.
Literally, I'll just
Yeah.
walk up behind Kenny.
Yeah, just like
so
Me and
well,
Kenny's the besties at
Kenny
this point
and I are
anyway.
not in the same class. Kenny
How can you not be, Benny?
The only thing with me, I have played at a few events. I played at a wedding where I was in mixed company, and I had to do the lead riff and sing lead on a song. And one of the few songs that I have that is not a lion drinking cheating song that was appropriate for a wedding. I have like exactly one song. It was Flesh and Blood by Johnny Cash. And it was the perfect song for a marriage. It was a perfect song, and it just went really well. But anyhow, we detract. Anyway, so go ahead.
Oh, no.
That's okay.
I mean,
No
it's-
problem.
Jeff's going to wrap it up, right?
and concerts all go hand in hand.
Okay,
Okay,
so
tell us
now
about
the plug is. Now you have to give us the plug. for Peerless.
Tell us more about what we drank, and tell us what this.
I gave you a little cup.
Cocktail is. So what we had to drink here today, that was our small batch bourbon. I believe we're drinking 113 proof.
All
That's
right.
nice.
You would never believe it, would you?
No,
Yeah.
it's very
Small
smooth.
batch?
Oh my God.
From a small batch, I would never believe
So,
it.
well, as I was saying earlier, I'll touch back on that. When we're adding the water, we're adding it all to the front end of the barrel. But when it comes out of that barrel, we don't touch
Whatever
it
it
anymore.
is. So you
Whatever
make the
proof it
small
is.
batch, put them into the barrels, and then that's it.
So really, we're just making our product, and then once it comes out and we're doing that tasting, we go through a grading process.
Yeah, once the barrel's ready, then you make the batch, and whatever the batch is
And
what
that
it
it
is.
is what it is. So
Okay.
all of our batches, we try to keep the flavor profile similar through the tasting, but the proof is constantly different. This week we did a single barrel, and the proof on the single barrel was 105. But about a month ago, we actually saw our record highest proof. It was 120.
Nice.
So going in at 107, it's incredible to get. We've seen 15-point range. It can come out depending on where it is in the rig house.
Right.
Well, and once you're in Kentucky, it's like you pull it off the top, you can see the range, and you pull it off the bottom, yeah, there's no doubt.
Well, we do. Something else that's kind of neat is we have a very small rig house. We're only stacking our barrels 5 high. So we only see about a 20-degree temperature change going on.
Okay.
Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. We do have our honey hole.
Yeah.
There's a certain window that
Of course there is.
Every Rick House
Every,
does.
every Rick House has it.
It's incredible. We get to go in there and pull samples some days. I'm always scared I'm going to get pulled over on my way from work, home from work when I'm covered in whiskey.
Jay Henry out of Wisconsin, right? They are seed corn producers, okay? So they use their corn, wheat, barley, rye, they grow it all there. But they don't distill it. They use contract distilling in Wisconsin, but they do all the aging in their barn warehouse, their barns.
Pretty cool.
So they have a
vent. It's like a
vent
vent.
at the top, okay, of the. So they were describing. So what they have is what the Panton Road. It's the road they're on, but it's the barrels where the air comes up and out,
and
and it's
out.
Wisconsin, and all those barrels
Yeah,
on
just-
that level. I mean,
Are-
their regular small batch. It's okay. It's okay. It's a drinker, right?
Right.
And then they have, but what you can pick up those single barrels that they're doing the Panton Road single barrels at the distillery. It's
Russians.
insane. So it's just like everybody has their sweet
They're a little
spots.
sweet spot.
And they're like they couldn't believe it because they leave the whole section where it sucks the air
Well, it's
off
small,
open,
too, to have it.
and it's
It
just
creates a
pulling
good
it right
airflow.
up, and it just
I
you
love
know.
that.
a tornado happens and hits Buffalo Trace, and all of a sudden E.H. Taylor is the tornado batch, right? where all the warehouse was exposed, and it just changes the flavor.
That's the cool thing about the industry too. Is so many people are willing to experiment. So many people are willing to do something different. There's it's called Copper and Kings. It's actually a vodka and localized at Distillery, but they have speakers in their rig house, and they play different kinds of music every day for their barrels.
I remember when we went to the tour, they talked about that.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the blue joy juice you got here.
So this is called the Lord 8, and I think my favorite thing is it's about this much mixer.
Yeah, that's about right.
So
yeah.
is that it?
Yeah, that's
I have
it.
not tried it. Can I try
Yeah,
it?
go ahead. But you watch for the lipstick. You know, he doesn't like the lipstick.
Orange juice, just a little bit of lemon juice.
Oh yeah, it's summer in a glass.
Summer in a glass. It's got that grenadine for a sweet kid.
Yep.
It's mostly bourbon.
There's only one thing bad about it. You don't taste the alcohol. You can sit
No,
there
you don't.
and you can
You
get
don't.
yourself so polluted.
There is no alcohol in there.
No, that's mostly alcohol.
there's no alcohol.
With this.
Yes.
I like to make my own simple syrups in the summer, and I do. If I'm having a pretty soft drink, I always just do. Usually, I'll do a small batch, my typical choice. With I make a very simple syrup. and that's
Oh,
it.
nice. Yeah.
So what's your simple syrup? I mean, what's it made of?
Ooh, so I do 1 part sugar, 1 part water, and then I will take a bag of frozen mixed berries and boil it in there as the simple syrup is sitting. That way you get a really rich, juicy
That's
flavor.
not so simple syrup.
Yeah.
It's right. It's a little different, but it's really nice to not feel the need to mix anything else.
Do you use
Right.
blueberries or raspberries?
I
or
usually
whatever?
go with gooseberry, raspberry,
No,
blackberry.
you should call that summer simple syrup. Summer simple syrup.
There you
Have
go.
this.
Yeah, go ahead. You can
go.
steal it. You can steal
But
it.
that's fresh.
Right?
Yeah.
I know a guy at the distillery makes a honey simple syrup.
Wow.
I will drink it straight. I will literally just drink his honey simple syrup. And what he likes to do is he does rye with that, and he puts a little bit of peach tea.
Oh,
So she's got right there, peach tea. Yeah.
I got the cocktails down. That's
Yes.
right there.
All right, so that was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you for
coming.
thanks for stopping by.
you were able to
Yes.
join us. Oh my goodness.
So this was give yourself a plug.
It's a typical club. We're taking
Yeah.
Tell everybody how they can get your stuff. Where?
Oh, I am ready for this.
Okay.
I came ready. So my name is Alayna Whelan with Kentucky Peerless. Please come out and see us in downtown Louisville. We are on Main and 10th, open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the weekends, but 6 p.m. during the week. That's the trick. We are available in most liquor stores. We are trying to distribute out as fast as we can, and you can especially find us in Costco's, any Kroger's around. Those are one of our big ones. But really, we just like to see you all go out and try our product and try everybody else's too. If you find a whiskey you like, keep on trying. We'll find some more.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
So that was awesome. We are the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. www.scotchybourbonboys.com for everything Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We are on Facebook, Twitter. We are on TikTok. We are on
Instagram.
And there's
YouTube.
Whatever.
YouTube. Thank you. We finally got that down. Remember, Log Still Distillery. We are here, Monks Road, and also the Spirit of French Lick. Alan, you are awesome. We love William Dalton Wheated Whiskey.
Yes, we do.
So, our
Say one last thing.
Go downhill, go ahead.
I would like to thank Log Still. This is an incredible event that they put on out here. Their compound is incredible. Wally,
Lynn, Charles.
They
Yeah,
are
there.
incredibly humble.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us, and so I can be here with these guys.
All right, thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
All right. Remember, good bourbon, good whiskey equals good times, good friends, and go out and live your life fucking dangerously. That's so many.
Oh, show me the way to the next whiskey bar.
I don't know how to play.
Oh, don't ask why.
I'm gonna walk like that.
Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die.
That's good.
The watershed story. A watershed moment might be pivotal, but it might also be quiet and fleeting. It could be a monumentous occasion, a cause for celebration, an enormous triumph, or a small daily victory. A watershed moment could be a rekindling or an observation or a gathering. Any opportunity to relish with friends and family. It's whatever you choose to cheers to, who you're gathered around, and whatever's worth celebrating. We founded Watershed Distillery on the principles of community in 2010. We wanted to live in, work in, and contribute to the community in which we grew up. We aimed to create spirits and stood apart in quality and character. Along the way, we set out to form a community of our own, one that could gather together to savor, celebrate, and enjoy good spirits and company. We've grown from a tiny little still and 2 guys in jumpsuits to a dedicated team of over 40 people and 2 much larger stills. If you're ever in the area, stop by so we can introduce you to our team and pour you some of our award-winning bourbon. Creating it was our watershed moment, but we want to hear about yours.